I'd like to start this presentation about strategic design, the role of strategic design also for toy design or for design for kids, stressing what is today design. And to do this, I want to refer to the definition given by the ICSID Association, International Council of Societies of Industrial Design, because in this definition you can find what is design today. So just to read this definition, then stressing some keywords into this definition. Design is a creative activity whose aim is to establish the multifaceted qualities of objects, processes, services, and their systems in all life cycle. Therefore, design is the central factor of innovative humanization of technologies and the crucial factor of cultural and economic exchange. So you can understand that design is always a creative activity, but the subject of design is totally different compared with the past. Not just graphic, not just communication, not just objects, but you have objects, processes, services, and their systems, and you have to consider also a new important parameter, the time. So please consider this definition as the base to start our conversation on the role of strategic design today. The first one is about the processes. It's related to different interpretation of the word design. Usually we associate the word design to the idea of a noun, but it's not just a noun, it's also a verb. In this way you can describe the processes. Today we talk about the role of design within the organization. Because of the capabilities of design, you have the possibility to make fluid the communication and the conversation among different departments within the organization. Design is a polyglot. The designer is a polyglot because usually we speak a lot of languages. The language of marketing, the language of finance, the language of management, the language of technical issues. So we have possibilities to interact with many divisions and many departments within the organization. Then we have another interesting reference for design today, the design of services. It's something quite new. We started to think about design and services not more than 15 years ago, and we started to think about the design of services in Politecnico di Milano with the seminal works of Ezio Manzini and Elena Pacenti. And when we started to think about the role of design for services, we considered the importance of time as a new variable in the process of designing services. So we are designers, so we usually refer to the three dimensions of the space X, Y, Z. So we are used to interact with spatial dimensions, but with services we have to consider also the dimension of time. So this is something totally new, quite new for the designers. You have to understand what's the user journey, what's the user experience. You have to follow with the eyes of the users and customers the experience of them in order to understand how to provide a meaningful and positive experience for them. So you have to consider all the touch points, you have to make these touch points all coherent and consistent among them. You have to guarantee the right direction among all these touch points. Of course, we consider today time, also when we design new objects, because it's no more related to the time of use, the life of objects. We have to consider also the afterlife of these objects. When we have conclude the we have concluded the use of these objects, what happens, what will happen to them. So we have to consider all these features. We have to anticipate the end of life of the objects. So with some interesting input on the design phase, because you have to consider how to disassemble the products, the objects. You have to consider how to recycle part of these objects. You have to consider how to reuse maybe the most precious components of these objects. So we are in a changing context. We have a lot of new phenomena related to the technology. Today, technology is spreading in every context of life. Then there are too many social phenomena that influence the way we interact with offerings of the companies, with objects, with services. There are some changes in the cultural framework of different communities. You have more and more sub-communities with specific ways of making sense of the offering of companies. But the big problem that companies face today is that their offer is almost undifferentiated. You have a lot of companies making products, and these products are almost the same. So the strategic role of design is how to differentiate these products, how to make them visible, how to make them able to build a personality and having a sense, new meanings for the customers and for the users. So design makes sense creating a competitive difference for the market. The idea is how to differentiate. Here you can see a slide with a purple cow. That was an intuition of marketing guru Seth Godin, ex-vice president of Yahoo. So the idea is having a fifth P for the marketing mix. So not only product, price, place, and promotion, but also considering how to catch the attention of the audience with some surprise, associating some surprise to the offering of companies. And the example is the advertising campaign of Milka, an Austrian chocolate company, using these purple cows as a way to catch the attention of the audience. So design sometimes is used as a way to differentiate, stressing surprise, the surprise features of a specific offering. So providing a kind of wow effect for the market. But the way we can differentiate is also related to the meanings we link to the offering of companies. And we can say that today companies provide stories, new narratives to the market, to the audience. So a possibility of differentiation passes through the most meaningful